had to nominate a group of people to solve all crime in the world, it would be Formula One fangirls. And a lot of times people tell me like, oh, I don't watch sports, I'm not super into them. Generally speaking, if they are the type of people who were really into Gossip Girl growing up, or if they felt like, oh, they could have been A from Pretty Little Liars and they could have done it better, or if they're even more of like a Joe Goldberg where they can find every piece of information from someone online with like very little info. Formula One is not only the sport for them, right now there is a big thing happening that is heightening that element of the fandom. If you're not caught up on the Formula One drama, Max Verstappen is currently the reigning world champion of the sport. He's won the championship 4 times, and every one of those championships has been won with Red Bull Racing. However, recently there have been rumors that Max Verstappen is talking to Mercedes, a rival team. And when these rumors started, we felt like we had officially entered what we call silly season in Formula One, which is the portion of time during the season where people start to move around and sign contracts for next season. And that's where a lot of drama, rumors, and excitement comes out. Because also, these rumors about Max moving to Mercedes got heightened because one of Mercedes' current drivers, George Russell, was asked why he hasn't signed a contract for next year. And in that conversation did mention that of course conversations were happening with the likes of Max Verstappen. From there, we see rumors intensify. But this past week, we saw a sudden change in leadership at Red Bull, when Christian Horner, the only team principal Red Bull Racing has ever had, was let go from his post. Fans are tracking private jets and yachts of multiple people in this sport. Christian Horner spoke to his team on Wednesday morning, letting them know that he had been let go from his position. On Thursday, fans began tracking Max Verstappen's private jet. Thursday, we see it reported that he's at Milton Keynes, which is where the factory is for Red Bull. And this sort of feels like a silly headline, right? Local guy goes to job. But then people continue to track data, and the next place that he pops up is off the coast of Italy, where Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has his yacht. And fans track that data to show that Max was in Italy for less than 6 hours. And one of the things that is always so wild about silly season or any other big rumors or driver swaps that we see in this sport is that traditional media also reports all of these things. There are multiple articles from sports reporters stating that Max Verstappen and Toto Wolff were in the same part of Italy and that a yacht was involved. As these rumors continue to intensify, everyone is looking for a little scrap of possibility. And I don't think we should be surprised. This is the same fan base that took a single interview of Lewis Hamilton holding an unmarked glass with an unknown beverage in it, and within 24 hours had found the registration data for his new company. Formula One has an entire term for the portion of the season where we all just talk about rumors and possibilities and don't really have much to back it up with. Not only that, but the rivalries and the lore of the sport go back so far because all of the people in the sport have been racing together since they were kids, and we have so many friends to enemies or enemies to friends narratives in these teammate battles. And then of course there's an entire fan base that you can connect with on the internet that does things like track drivers' private jets and yacht data to figure out what might be happening next in the sport. So if you have not found yourself as a deep Formula One fan, but you are a fan of Gossip Girl, Pretty Little Liars, or the show You, this is a perfect sport for you to get started with.